How's it going, everybody? Today we're doing something incredibly different. I'm actually going to be talking about a different game called DC Worlds Collide. Now, this game's got a rich history behind it. Apparently, it was supposed to come out a few years ago, but then it got basically scrapped because that company just couldn't fund it anymore to completion. Warner Brothers picked it up, and I gotta say, whatever Warner Brothers did, this is the first time I've played it. It's incredible. The depth to this game, the strategy that you can mix and match certain characters, certain builds is really, really fun. And then also just the extra stuff they put into the game is crazy. Now, I've tried to make this video multiple times. It always ends up being 30 minutes. So I'm going to break this down into 3 parts. In this first part, I just want to look at gameplay and character unlocks. Because in my opinion, a hero collector, especially a superhero collector, that's the most important thing. What's the gameplay like? How do I unlock my favorite characters? How do they work together? That's what I want to see. So just to show that, I want to go into gameplay first. We're just going to go into the main story mission, and to give you a brief idea of how much content they have ready for when this game goes global, they are up to 65 chapters. It's really cool how much content they just have waiting for global release. If you are in one of the soft launch countries, which is like Canada, Denmark, I think New Zealand, Australia, Austria, you can go ahead and pick it up right now from your app store. If you're from the States, and I know the majority of you who watch my channel are, there is an APK that you can basically use to access this game early. They're not going to be resetting people's accounts. So if you want to play the game, let me know. I'll get you that APK so you can get in there, play the game, start up, and who knows, maybe we can join the same league together. But that's another video in and of itself. So let's just do some gameplay real quick. I want to show you guys everything that I see so far in the gameplay, because I don't know everything yet. This is going to be a really easy node. There's no mini boss on this node. There's no big boss on this node. You can see we're in Smallville. Brings me back to those CW days. Really cool stuff. It's 5v5 as far as I'm concerned, as far as units that will tank, and if they die, you lose. I didn't say the do damage part because they do have these guys right above me that do damage. So let's start with the very, very basics. 5 characters and positioning. So we do get to position the characters where we want them to position them, and that matters. So the units that are up front, they're going to take the brunt of the damage. So I want to use a tank character. Characters can come in 3 different variations. We have tank, which you can see above John Stewart, Green Lantern's head there. We have damage, Diana, Wonder Woman, and we also have support. Let me find a support character. Wally West, Kid Flash. So he is a support tag. I do have one little gripe here. The support tag, the cross, looks so much like the sword, the damage. But when you know, you know. We also have a color differential. So you see Green Lantern has a red above his head that identifies him as a strength character. Let me find an agility character. Flash would be an agility character. So would Green Arrow. And then let me find an intellect character, John Constantine. And now you just saw Green Arrow's team synergy activated. We'll talk about that in a second. So the way this works is ally bonuses. Well, the trait triangle. Let's do this first. Strength beats agility. Agility beats intellect. Intellect beats strength. This just means your attacks will do more or less damage depending on if you're attacking into something that you're strong against or weak against. Now, as far as the ally bonuses go, because I have 2 agility characters, 2 strength characters, and 1 intellect character, I've activated this to deploy 2 characters with the same trait, 2 other characters with the same trait, and 1 character with a 3rd trait, and it gives all of my characters a bonus of 8% health and 8% attack. So this is like a cool thing we use when we're trying to develop our team. And it could be other stuff as well. If I were to go ahead and throw in, let's just go 4, let me go 4 red characters here. I keep taking off the wrong character. There we go. 4 red characters. I'm now activating this trait. Deploy 4 characters with the same trait to give all characters a powerful attribute boost. This time they're getting 12% HP and 12% attack. So it's more than it was before, right? So I found that sort of theory crafting very interesting. Let me go in with the team that I had proposed at first, though, because those are characters I actually have gear and stuff like that on. And then this brings us to the next thing to talk about, which is team synergy. So I've activated the AoE synergy from Green Lantern. So by deploying the above characters, I activate all deployed allies' attack, HP, and defense is increased by 9%. During battle, attack of all allies with the AoE characteristic is increased by 12%. Now, characters have traits, just like they do in Marvel Strike Force, and that would be one of them, the AoE trait. Besides that, so we've gone over the Pokemon system, red beats green, green beats blue, blue beats red. Went over team composition, having a certain amount of colors will activate things. Went over positioning. Let's go over the reinforcements. So this is like vehicles that are literally just going to come into the fight and help you. You'll see, we'll do a couple fights here and there. So the Batmobile, the higher I have my Batmobile level, the actual reinforcement bonus I get in that top right corner, you can see I'm getting attack bonus of 2,900, health bonus of around 30,000, and shield bonus of 570. The actual machine itself does attack as well, and this particular Batmobile can actually also perform a stun, which is really, really cool. This is like a completely separate unlock system than our characters, but it is something that's fun to lean into. And then we have the ultimates. This is where we can position characters so that they ult in the order we want them to. So I actually really have my Wonder Woman built up. I have my Green Arrow built up the second most, and those are both AoE damage ultimates. I'd like for those to go first. Now here's where I'm going to lose some people. It is essentially an idle game. So every single character does have more than just their ultimate ability. They have, I think, 4 abilities total, and you will need to lean into certain synergies between those abilities that you have no control over in certain situations. I've actually found this pretty refreshing, pretty fun. I can push a lot of content very quickly because I can set up a really, really fun, strong team, let it go, it hits a max, and then I manually play it. Besides that, we also have, right above me here is the speed bar. Sorry, we're going to go from fight to fight because I'm kind of at the beginning of this chapter. This is the speed meter, if you will. So that's going to be the order in which characters attack. And I'm hiding it, but right behind my head is the ultimate bar. So when our allies take a turn, they fill in the ultimate bar. When 5 of our allies have gone, it activates the ultimate juice pretty much, and we're going to get a bunch of those ultimate points. You can see here, my vehicle took a turn. We have a little mini boss here in Bane. You can see by the boss health bar. So I could turn the auto off, and I could make it in such a way, like if I have a character that is defense down or silence, make sure I silence a character right before I do a big wombo combo. So I'm going to let my energy build up a little bit here. I'll throw the Batsicle at him just for some damage. And then I'm pretty sure Flash has a bunch of debuffs to them, so I'm about to get more energy here. There it is. Let's go use the Flash's ult. You don't have to watch his animations all the time, but they are fun to watch the first time of the day. Flash, by the way, if you save his ultimate when he's the only character left, it does a lot of cool stuff. So we do see there's a heal block on the enemies. We have a bunch of other slow debuff on the Wally West up there. Wonder Woman absolutely wrecked them, and this is just like some fun strategy. This sort of gameplay combat is not everything in this game. So like in Marvel Strike Force, the way the combat goes, it feels like it's always the same thing. It's 5v5, or sometimes, it's 3v3 and Kiln Tower, or if you're doing the campaigns, maybe you're using less characters. They have multiple versions of gameplay here. We could be doing Evil Falls, where we have various boss fights to do. And the boss fights are going to have their own sort of kits, and you want to make sure you're bringing the right characters for those kits. That's one version of the combat. There's Elseworld. I can't wait to make a video on Elseworld for you guys. This is so cool. It lets you pick one of these 3 teams on the right. These are not my characters. I don't have these characters built up. This is just a random pool at a random build. We pick which team we want to use, and it's going to make us go through this sort of tower mode where we get to the end and we get big rewards. Every single time we defeat a level, it's going to give us a boost, and that's going to affect our team in the coming fights. I think it's really cool, and that's a game mode that I can't believe other games don't do that. It's like that's a really, really fun game mode. And there's other things. We're going to break them down, but it's not always just a 5v5 snooze fest, and it's not always just bring your 5 best characters and go to town. But that's kind of the gameplay in a nutshell. So let me know what you feel, how you feel rather, about that gameplay. The next thing I want to touch on in this video is going to be character unlocks. So this is a gacha game. If you've only really played Marvel Strike Force as your introduction to the mobile gaming industry, I was like that too. And Marvel Strike Force, for all of its faults, has, in my opinion, the most straightforward character unlock system in any game. You will be able to get any character besides like very, very few epic characters eventually, either from campaign nodes, various stores. They rain shards on you through the events, and you unlock via our shard system. In 90% of other mobile games, it's this like orb system where you pull a character, you get that character. There is no ambiguity. There's no shard amount, and you get to go. In this game, that's what it's like. There are certain characters where we have different methods to unlock them, and we can buy shards from stores for certain characters as well, so that's really good. So this game has a nice mix of both of those worlds, which was refreshing, and I did find, like, I spent a lot of money. I spent about $115. I have the majority of characters unlocked, and I have more characters than I know what to do with. On a straight free-to-play basis, there's a guy in my alliance. He is from the Marvel Strikeverse community, Relo, and he is absolutely killing it. He has so many good characters, so many built-up characters, and he's been free-to-play, and he's loving the game. So this game is definitely free-to-play friendly. But I want to show you how these unlock systems work. So this is one of our character recruitment banners. There are different banners that'll have different characters in it. This is the more intense banner and has legendary characters in it, like the Flash, like Wonder Woman, like Superman, like Lex Luthor, and not like Batman or Constantine. This is kind of the regular banner with epic characters. Epic characters are, they have that yellow background, same as legendary. They're very usable. In fact, the purple characters that we're going to be getting from this banner as well are also very usable, and you can use them to get super far in the game, and you will in the early game. It's fun. So we're going to open some of this, but before we do, I want to touch on the pity system, which you can see in the bottom right corner. It says Epic Guarantee. You are guaranteed one of these yellow characters I was just talking about if you open up 40 of these and you haven't already hit an epic character. If you hit an epic character, it's going to refresh it or reset it back to 0 out of 40. You also have a way to kind of farm a character that you would rather get stars on. This is the desired system. So right now I'm still trying to get more star levels on my Green Arrow and on my Constantine. I was working really hard on Batman. The reason I have Green Lantern so high is because he was the featured character in the last banner. But Constantine, I really want to work on that kind of AoE set. So we'll do a couple openings here. Yep, I'll just spend the gems, it's fine. And we'll see what we get. So just it was straight YOLO. Come on, game, make yourself look good. Let's see me get some good upgrades here. If you play gacha games, this sort of screen, normally there's indicators if you've pulled an epic character. I haven't seen one yet. I've been keeping my eye out for such a thing, though. So you see we got some purple characters, we got some blue characters. It looks like no yellow character in sight. But you can see we got 2 of those rare characters, and those are 2 very usable characters. Captain Cold is actually a really great tank if you're the game. Black Canary is a really good healer. And those 5 blue characters, or 6 blue characters I dropped, that's actually really good, because I need them to evolve my characters. We'll touch on that in a different video when we go over player progression. Alright, come on. Let's get one of those yellows. Let's pull Green Arrow. Oh, I don't think we're going to get lucky here, folks. That's okay. All right, let's do some solo opens here. I got 6 of these. Let's go. We'll skip all this animation here, where it won't let me. All right, we got Captain Cold. Let's do another one. All right, a green person. That's the worst character you can get. You'll never use them. Oh, another purple Harley Quinn. Another useless nobody. 2 more. Okay, an Amazonian. And Killer Croc. Alright, it's still a good list. I'm going to be able to use a lot of those character shards to develop my characters. But that is, like I said, not the only place you're going to unlock these characters. If we head over to the stores, you'll see there's a bunch of stores, including the Arena Shop, where I can get parts of these epic characters and parts of the legendary character, Lex Luthor. And I'll then be able to unlock that character just by playing the game long enough. And honestly, I get a lot of this currency. I've kind of been using it to evolve characters rather than unlock new characters. But this would be a great way to unlock your first sort of epic or legendary characters. Same with the Elseworld Shop. This one is very fast to unlock these characters. The Elite Arena Shop takes a little bit longer, but we see some big heavy hitters here with the 3 legendaries. We got Superman, Wonder Woman, and we also have the Flash. And I think that's it as far as the shops go. Besides that, we also have a fusion system. This is probably the fastest way to get your first epic characters. So if we go to Gorilla Grodd, once we get enough shards from these purple characters, we can just make a version of Gorilla Grodd. This will also be a really easy way to kind of get a maxed out Gorilla Grodd, unless this kind of... Oh no, you only get 1 attempt at it. Alright, so this is just the best way to unlock the character. Same with Wally West, same with Superboy, and finally Lex Luthor. He does require 40 shards for each of these epic characters. However, once you've unlocked an epic character, the second time you pull them, you get 40 shards. And like every time you get a duplicate of an epic character, you get 40 of their shards. So this would actually be a pretty quick way to unlock him. But there's also that store that we just showed, which is even faster way to do it. But we're already at 15 minutes. Listen, I could gush about the game modes, honestly, the simplicity of the progression paths, but how rewarding they feel, as well as all the little extra stuff they do in this game that is sort of way out of left field, but super enjoyable. But that would take too long. That would make this a 40-minute video. So let's just leave it here as the first of many videos for DC Worlds Collide. I will make a channel dedicated to this. I actually stopped playing King Arthur, so I'll probably just repurpose that channel. And we'll have some fun playing DC Worlds Collide. Just here's one of the little mini games that they put out as an event recently. Good stuff. All right, I got to hit myself a bunch of bullseyes so I can snag these leaderboard rewards. You guys have yourselves a wonderful rest of your weekend. And if you do want to help me kind of get that channel started up, I'll make sure to drop a link to that channel, which is going to be a DC Worlds Collide channel, in the comment section. Make sure you drop a follow if you want to see more. And if you want an APK, guys, hit me up. I'll make sure I track in the APK because I know a lot of Americans that are playing this game right now. So they got the goods. They got the goods. All right, guys, take care. Have fun. I'll see you next video. Bye-bye. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.